Agencies in 2026 are taking on thousands of small business clients. To keep up, they need to launch and manage WordPress sites at massive scale. But there is a catch. Every new client you bring on adds another layer of technical complexity. You need an underlying infrastructure that won't buckle under the weight of dozens or hundreds of active websites. Traditionally, this leaves agencies staring down two paths: renting space through a managed hosting provider or building a custom cloud environment from scratch. Going with a managed host seems easy at first, but you quickly hit restrictive performance limits, and migrating away from them later is incredibly difficult. You are effectively locked into their specific configurations. Relying entirely on a third-party host means you hand over control of your own infrastructure. As your client list grows, those hosting tiers get more expensive, and your long-term scaling costs become impossible to predict. The alternative is going directly to a cloud provider like AWS. Building your own cloud environment gives you absolute authority over how your network is structured, how it scales, and how it is secured. But managing AWS out of the box means someone has to sit down and manually configure every single server, database, and security group. Look at this chart comparing base cloud costs to operational expenses. While the raw AWS server space is cheap, the manual labor and service fees to maintain it add up to anywhere between $140 and $2,700 every single month. Paying developers to act as full-time server administrators eats directly into your profit margins. Agencies are caught between outgrowing restrictive hosting providers and bleeding money on cloud maintenance. This is where automation platforms come in. A platform like DevPanel sits between the raw computing power of AWS and your daily workflow, giving you an easy way to manage applications without touching the underlying servers. Instead of migrating your sites to a new host, you simply link the management platform directly to your existing AWS account using secure credentials. The platform connects as a control layer, so your agency maintains ownership of the infrastructure. Billing stays transparently with AWS. Behind the scenes, Terraform and infrastructure as a code tool automatically sets up your servers and databases, instantly deploying your environment without manual configuration. You keep the independence of owning your own cloud infrastructure, but you drop the massive labor costs of running it yourself. When you manage dozens of clients, your time is eaten up by three specific tasks: launching new sites, building staging environments, and pushing updates. Instead of starting from scratch every time you land a new client, you can use standardized application templates. These reusable blueprints let you immediately launch a fully configured secure WordPress site with just a few clicks. To test a new feature, a single click duplicates the production node into an isolated staging area, protecting the live site. Remote developers connect directly to this staging node using browser-based cloud development environments, ensuring everyone writes and tests code on the exact same infrastructure. All of those code changes are tracked through Git integrations. Git is a version control system that logs every single edit, ensuring that when you finally push an update to the live site, it follows a strict automated deployment pipeline. By replacing manual server work with these standardized workflows, a single developer can confidently handle the technical workload of an entire operations team. Launching new client sites quickly introduces a very significant risk: maintaining consistent security policies across dozens of independent websites. If your team is manually configuring security for each site, you will eventually experience configuration drift. This happens when small, uncoordinated changes pile up over time, leaving certain sites with outdated protections and dangerous vulnerabilities. Centralized management platforms solve this by rolling out standardized protections to every client environment simultaneously. This includes tools like WAF, a web application firewall that filters malicious traffic, and DDoS mitigation to prevent automated attacks from taking your sites offline. You cannot manually monitor the individual security of 50 different client sites. Automating those protocols from a central dashboard is the only practical way a small agency can provide enterprise-grade protection. We started by looking at the thousands of dollars agencies lose every month paying for manual cloud labor. Now, those same complex server operations happen instantly through automation because you only pay for the exact AWS resources you use. And you spend 0 hours manually configuring servers. Hosting large portfolios of small business clients becomes a highly profitable operation. Scaling an agency in 2026 demands complete control over your hosting environment, but you cannot afford to manage it by hand. You have to separate the ownership of your cloud infrastructure from the daily operation of it. DevPanel gives you that control. Review their available plans and infrastructure options today and start building a portfolio that can actually scale